just saw someone's post that said, you're missing someone who knows where you're at and how to contact you.
I can never win. Now they want to put me in anger management because I told my therapist to shut the up and let me talk. Because they keep saying, I'm sorry you went through that. Help me fix it. I don't want to feel this way. What the you mean you saw?
I turned 32 and I'm single, and I feel like I'm at this point in my life where if a man isn't adding some sort of value to my life, or if he's just going to disrupt my peace, like honestly, I don't want it.
My worth isn't determined by a man saying that I'm worthy.
Yes,
Correct.
it is.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Alpha Central titled 50-year-old woman leaves her husband after 30 years of marriage and then instantly regrets it. I always find it just insane that you have women like this who will throw away 10, 20, 30 years of marriage simply because they feel like it, and then they regret it instantly afterwards. It's completely ridiculous. Let's jump into the video.
Good morning! Cheers! Do you know how bad I just want to say all the fucking things I want to say so bad? And I cannot because I'm too nice. But holy, it literally makes me so frustrated that I cry. That's why I'm crying.
For some reason, these women think that it's a smart idea to record themselves crashing out for no reason, as if somehow acting this way is going to be doing them favors later on.
Is anybody here 30 and up and still single?
I have a 4-year-old.
That's not what I asked.
Wait,
Okay.
you're 39 and you have a 4-year-old, it's not a catch.
Dude, I didn't ask you to unpack everything. What the hell? I'm just like trying to do my, I was just like, it was like a rhetorical question. I didn't actually care. You see what happened there, right? I asked a very simple question and she got insecure and she's like, oh, I don't know, I'm single, I'm 30 and a half, I'm not a catch.
That comedian asked a yes or a no question, and she decided to use it as an opportunity to complain about her life. She never got the memo that the universe doesn't actually revolve around her.
What is something you regret not saying to someone?
Sorry, I cheated on you? I did, and it didn't feel good, and I wouldn't do it again. I really hurt his feelings, and it was super selfish.
If you can go back in time, what would you have said?
I just wouldn't have done it, because I didn't end up with that person. I wouldn't have stayed with the other person either. I just would have done it the right way. I call that other person my getaway car. I could have just gotten away by like my 2 feet.
Imagine opening up to a woman, someone you thought you could trust, only to find out that you were her getaway car, just someone that she's been using because she doesn't want to be alone. Then she shows you how much you mean to her by cheating.
Why do you think you did it?
I didn't have the courage and the fortitude that I have now, and I didn't know myself that well, and I was scared. I thought there was something better out there, and I wasn't ready to leap until I had the other thing, the getaway car.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned?
You have to do the work in therapy. You have to understand what, things are your triggers and what upsets you so that you can then not hurt other people.
From your experience, if you can give an advice, what would it be?
Your journey is important, and so I can't really tell you what to do, but do the work because it helps, and then you hurt less people, because hurt people hurt people.
Can I have your name and where you're from?
Whitney, New York.
Most of the time when these women are caught cheating, they don't feel guilty for hurting the guy. They feel guilty because they got caught. This is why cheaters aren't to be trusted. There's no telling when they might cheat again, which by the way, they will.
I love Chucky.
You have mental issues.
You a streamer?
No, but you scare me. You're a child.
You are a
Chucky,
streamer.
and you have a clown mask. What's wrong with you?
Are you
Parents around?
You just look Ain't no way a girl has that flat of
1, don't look at me. 2, you're a child.
3, you got more of a masculine voice than I do.
4, you're a...
And 5, you got bushier eyebrows than mine. You just pick out a row of caterpillars every day and just slip that on. God diggity damn, it's like a Sharpie. The highlights are not doing you any good. You look like an old lady because the hair in the back looks like it's going gray.
It's all blonde. What are you yapping about?
And you're using Gen Z terminology.
This is one of those things that these streamers will never understand. You shouldn't try to roast someone when doing streams like this unless their roasting game is top class. Hers clearly wasn't. That's why she kept getting destroyed by this kid.
I know my worth and I make a lot of money and I'm pretty.
No, not at all.
Being pretty don't even ensure that you will get a ring.
Men don't marry looks. We have with looks. Men marry behavior. Your behavior determines whether you get the ring or not the looks. Halle Berry is beautiful. Kim Kardashian is beautiful to a lot of people. There's a slew of women that have the money and the fame, but they cannot keep. We marry behavior. So if you are not even proficient at the things that are intrinsically important to a man, you can't be high value because your money ain't intrinsically important to us. You being soft is. You anticipating what we need and providing that without us having to prompt you or ask you, that's important. Not knowing your worth.
Modern women have got it backwards. They're not the ones who determine their own value. It's the men who hold the key to relationships, and they're not about to change their lives to accommodate a pretty face. And if they get offended at this idea, then it's clear that they have actually nothing to offer.
I got a lot of personalities. That's why people think they can figure me out. You can't figure me out. I got split personality disorder. Of course you're not going to feel like I'm this way and I'm not that way and I'm this way and I'm not that way. I just got to be in a certain setting. Y'all call it code switching? Why do you think I can play a role so well? Why do you think I can play a role so well? I got split personality disorder. That's why, like, if y'all watch me for long enough, you will see that I go through several moods in my stream, and I'm like that in person. Like, I could be hee-hee-ha and out the blue. I'm like, I just got mad. And most people like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know.
Women like this don't go to doctors to get diagnosed for the issues they claim to have. They just think because they're constantly in a bad mood and they get triggered by comments, that must mean that they have a rare disorder. Most of them don't. They're just annoying.
I just got mad. I don't know why I'm mad. I'm mad. I could be mad. And then people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, that's just, I'm diagnosed with all that. But that's because I used to be crying and I start laughing. Then I'll be like, nah, I'm cool. Like, when I went to therapy, like, I went through all my emotions while I was in there. But that's just what I do. You feel me? Like, I cry and then I start laughing. And I'll be like, yeah, this is stupid.
It's crazy how mental health issues have become the new badge of honor thing, right? People just want to be diagnosed with mental illnesses so that they can show off to other people. It's completely ridiculous.
Realistic. How much income will your future husband make?
For one thing, I don't want to get married, just for the record. I mean, I want kids, no, but I'm not saying that, like, I necessarily have to be married to have kids.
You just want to be an incubator?
Because I don't think that necessarily I'm going to be madly in love with the person that I decide to have kids with. I think that's
holy, that's a scarlet letter.
I'm just not somebody that's like deeply emotional. I can't envision myself like falling in love with a guy.
There's only a handful of ways a woman can get to the point where she can't actually fall in love with a guy. And 9 times out of 10, that usually means that she has an incredibly high body count and she just can't pair bond anymore.
And wanting to spend the rest of my life with him, no.
And if you're not a very emotional person and you're not very like lovey-dovey or nurturing or anything like that, why do you think you'd be a good parent?
Well, I'm not, like, I don't think that I'm gonna be, I never a child, but I think that that's a different type of love than like a romantic love.
It is a different type of love, but I mean, there's definitely a correlation with, like, if you feel like you're not capable of falling in love and making someone feel loved and, you know, cared for and, like, you care about their needs and everything like that, then I'm not really sure that you can make a child feel like that just because you're their parent.
Not wanting to hurt your child is literally the bare minimum of showing that child that you care about them. Not being able to love or nurture that child just guarantees that they're going to grow up with a lot of problems.
I don't want to be with my husband anymore. His energy is impacting my energy. I got with my husband out of potential. He had the potential to be a great earner, to be a great father. And you know what? He is a great father, a great provider. He's not a great partner. I am chaotic and wild, and I love that about me. And for the longest time, he anchored me. He held me down. I would be fine doing everything on my own. He just makes things a little easier with childcare and money and money. Maybe he'll change. He won't. And if he does change, it's not at the pace that I am changing. And I am changing so rapidly. I need to fly away. I want this dissolved.
This woman has not changed. She was always this selfish and chaotic. She married a man that provided stability and support for her and their children, and she wants to have fun more than she wants to take care of her children. It's that simple.
A few moments later.
I feel like I've been going through the stages of grief of my marriage for the past 4 years. I got sober, I got healthy, and I realized if I worked on myself enough, then we would fit better. So much couples counseling, so much individual therapy, so much internal trauma work only made our disconnect stronger.
Modern wives are way too impulsive for their own good these days. All they want to do is focus on their complaints. They don't actually care about their husbands or their children oftentimes. It seems like they just want to destroy as much as they can and then cry about it later online.
Severely, he screwed my life up. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad.
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date?
They're telling women to be just like men, be as promiscuous as you want, just behave like a man. Yeah. You know, climb the corporate ladder, get degrees. And now you have women that are in their late 30s and like, I did the corporate ladder, I have the house, I have the Tesla, I've paid off my debt.
This guy is wrong on one thing. Most of these women are in catastrophic amounts of debt through their student loans, credit cards, mortgages, bank overdraft fees, and so on. A lot of them are actually so irresponsible with money, it's actually just insane.
I've decorated my house beautifully. I'm a wonderful cat mom to my 3 cats. Why can't I find a man? I'm attractive. It's like, because you've basically turned yourself into a man. You've accomplished all the things that a man is supposed to accomplish to attract a woman. And now you've priced yourself out of the dating market.
The sad part is that modern women will always realize this too late. They become significantly more masculine than the men that they actually want, and then they can't understand why the men don't want to date them.
Can I be honest, y'all? I don't want a job. I don't even want a job. OMG. Please, somebody. I don't want a job. I don't want to work. Just give me the money. OMG.
The good news is that after this rant of hers, no company is going to want to hire someone who's so damn unhinged that they need to grab their throats when talking about how much they don't want to work.
I remember growing up, I'm 44 years old. I remember growing up, and what's the songs that used to come out? The Lil Boosie, INDEPEN. And then what was the one, Beyonce, all the women, it's independent. Y'all, when them songs came on, who never got up was me. Who never got up? Because I ain't never been independent. I've always needed a man. I need help with all of my bills, my car issues, maintenance, hair. I need help with all of it.
There's nothing wrong with a woman saying that she needs a man. Where she gets it wrong is how she's focusing on how much she wants a man to pay for her car and her nails. Men are not walking ATMs, and we don't deserve to be treated that way, in my opinion.
People used to say back in the day, because I've been married now for a very long time, and they used to say, you know, I always knew you would get married, John. Me too. I always knew I was going to get married too. I don't know what these new women, I don't know what their issue is. They don't want to look good. And the ones that do look good, they think they're so fine that they think beauty is going to last forever. Baby, it don't. Everything goes south. Okay? Everything that was up comes down.
What's crazy is how a lot of modern women think that they're just going to get more attractive as they get older, and when that doesn't actually happen, they blame society instead of their crappy attitudes towards men.
Why are black women the least married? One of the reasons is selfishness. They are taught from a young age all of the things that a man is not capable of doing before they even know what a man is. They are taught they'll cheat, they lie, all of these things. They're taught a list of bad behaviors from the experiences of the women who dealt with these men. And then when that woman is past 30 and don't got no man and don't got no prospects, then those same people who were encouraging her to be single and not waste her time and focus are the same ones like, you ain't never gonna have no kids.
It's crazy how modern women are just celebrated for their irresponsibility, right? They go out, they dress whatever way they want, they get intoxicated, they cheat with the dudes who don't want them, and then they break the hearts of the men who actually do want them. I mean, no wonder we're in the mess that we're in.
You ain't gonna get married. While you're growing into the woman that you're gonna be, it's best to be growing with a man. When you just been out there focusing on you got your own house, your own apartment, your own car, your own this, your own that, you become selfish. Oh, well, I just have OCD. No, you're just neurotic. You just got nagging syndrome because you've been so selfish and so moving at your own pace and only doing what you want to do that now to incorporate somebody else into that lifestyle, you can't do it.
What's funny is how when these women spend their youth being arrogantly selfish, once they get older and men don't want them anymore, their plan is to just double down and become even more selfish and arrogant, as if that's supposed to work somehow.
What does your mom think of your comedy?
Oh, she's like, just because you're ugly doesn't mean you're funny. You know, not ugly people are funny. I said, Mama, I was not ugly. I was Miss China 2014. She goes, now you're older. You're Miss Chinatown.
Damn. You Miss Chinatown.
Yeah,
You remember Miss Chinatown?
she's so quick on the goddamn draw.
Oh, quick as like, yes. She said you Miss China to Miss Chinatown.
That woman's mother pulled no punches with her roasts. Maybe her mother is the one who needs to be on stage with a microphone. Sounds like she could draw in bigger crowds.
I've never once asked my wife what her plans are when she goes and hangs out with her friends. And it's not because I don't care. I don't, but that's not the reason. I've never asked my wife what her plans are because I know that her and her friends can't have enough fun to die. Like, I've seen my wife come home from her craziest night, her wildest night. She kicks in the apartment door. It was crazy!
If you're married and your wife is still going out with her girlfriends and coming home after midnight, kicking down the door, drunk out of her mind, then you are in trouble, my friend. That is a woman who does not respect you or your marriage.
Megan fell! And I'm always falling this. What you mean, she fell off a boat or something, like a bridge? Like, what do you mean she fell? It's like, no, it was crazy. Her heel broke and she fell. We walked home barefoot. It was crazy. I'm like, that's crazy? Your massive brontosaurus of a friend Megan's heel broke? That's crazy? The laws of physics are crazy to you? When Megan fee-fi full-fumped into our apartment, I looked at those heels. I said, they better be made of Wolverine claws, those heels. Or they're turning into dust tonight. That's what's happening. I don't even think they thought she was barefoot. I think they thought she was wearing Uggs. I honestly believe that. And don't think I'm being mean to Megan. I know Megan since I was a kid. I literally saw Megan and her family stampede Mufasa.
Women's footwear wasn't designed for any form of practicality, so it's kind of dumb when these women go out and, you know, they think that wearing heels all night when they go clubbing is a smart idea. They usually end up walking home barefoot.
Yeah, somebody said I look like Marilyn Monroe after she ate Lizzo. What? Honestly, who cares? That's a hater, like, who's bored with their life. Let me see what you look like. Yeah, why do you... He don't even have a picture on his thing. That's how you know they're, like, busted.
She's so insecure that the second somebody calls her out on her looks, she threw some of the most basic, uninspired insults just to make herself feel better, and she clearly failed when it came to that.
Your last heartbreak, was it your fault or theirs?
It was totally my fault. I developed feelings for someone else while I was dating someone, and I actually told my partner because we did have a really great communicative, healthy relationship. I was like, listen, I don't know what's happening, but I have really strong feelings for my best friend. I think I started out trying to handle it really maturely, and then I realized that it was just a really situation.
Even when these women actually have good relationships with men, you know, where they have healthy communication, it doesn't actually matter. If she thinks that she can do better, she'll leave that healthy relationship for a mere chance at something quote unquote better.
There's just some things where even if you're trying to, you know, protect the other person, life is a lot messier than we think, and I was super stressed out when that whole situation started to happen because I was like, oh no, like, I don't want to be like all these bad people that I see in my life. And then I kind of realized that these things happen and, like, you can't really help a feeling. And sometimes things just aren't meant to be, so.
Even when she admits that she was the one who broke things off, she still tries to shrug off accountability by saying that it wasn't her fault that she had feelings for another man. She could have controlled her actions, she just didn't want to.
Divorced after 30 years of marriage.
There is no way that any man is going to see a 50-year-old divorced woman dancing around in a sports bra and think that she's going to be a woman to take seriously. I mean, she's just a spoiled child trapped in a 50-year-old woman's body. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.